Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Vechain. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor and you should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure you check that out before watching this one. I'm going to have a card in the top right hand corner of the video. Make sure to click that. It will take you to the previous update. Watch that, then come back to this one so that you have more context. Now, on the daily time frame, we are on TradingView. So we have the fib set up from the swing high in April to the swing low in May. And we do have our 1.618 target over here at 80 cents, and almost 80 cents, and the second fib level at $1.50. So what has been happening in the past couple of days? So as you can see, we have started losing this multi-month support trend line, and we have lost this trend line before in a couple of days of this pullback in September that we had. Then we managed to get back above it, back test as support, and we moved on. But we did have a rejection from this resistance line before. We broke it, came back down, and now we were in the apex of this triangle and we started breaking down. So this is something that I talk about sometimes. So sometimes you see a pattern playing out, and what can end up happening is you look at the price action and it's actually tightening, then it breaks out and you think, wow, great, now the price is breaking out and we're flying. But then what happens is you break back down into the pattern and you're like, okay, we're still in the pattern. Let's see if we can break out once again to the upside, and then you end up breaking down. The same thing can happen if you break to the downside first, you come back into the pattern, you break to the upside. But here we're getting the opposite. We're getting we're getting a breakdown to the downside, and I did have this yellow rectangle for you guys at 12 cents. So 12,674 to 12,303. This was your nice rectangle buying zone, and we managed to get below that, and now we're hitting our butts on the 0.5 at roughly 12 cents precisely. And this may hold as support if we start pulling back further on Bitcoin and we get to $54,000, or maybe even a bit lower than that. Then I would see Vechain come back down to these prices over here. So at 10,755 and 0.9884 cents. This is your next yellow rectangle support line, because you can see we've been supported by this area before. We do have the 0.382 over here, and we do have some back tests of support of this area. So hopefully this can hold as support in the future. And obviously we're going to be testing all of these trend lines as resistance from now on. Potentially we can even come back and backtest this crossroads as resistance. So you can see where both of the resistance lines are coming together. You can get a bounce from there and come back down into support as well. So maybe look for some sell orders over here. And this would be, let me give you the price for that. So around about 13,932. So this could be a little relief rally, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Obviously, buying the dip is the smartest thing you can do, guys. And if you're confident with a project, then it doesn't matter if it's down 10 or 15%. You're just going to buy the dip no matter what. Now, obviously, we do have the golden ratio over here, and this is a strong resistance level in itself. 14,710 cents. That is going to be a major resistance level that we've been rejected from multiple times, and only by breaking that level, back testing it as support, will we be able to get to our next targets. But that is actually something that we did over here. As you can see, we broke above, back test as support the golden ratio, but then the filthy Bitcoin pulled back all the alts into obscurity, basically. So yeah, right now Bitcoin's doing everything, and it's all following Bitcoin. On the daily RSI, as you can see, pretty much the exact same picture over here. We managed to break down from this support trend line over here. Now let's try to see what support lines we have over here. So yeah, it's kind of hard to tell at this point. We do have a resistance line over here. So that's something that you're going to be looking at. because you got rejected from there before over here. And if right now we're coming back down, well, you sort of have a support trend line over here. So maybe you could look at some nice entry points over here. If you see Vechain on the daily RSI come back as low as $35, we may potentially get a bounce from that area. And this area above us is going to have some resistance at 46. So if you come back down here, nice place to enter. Here would be a nice place to sell in case we get rejected. But if you're holding long term, you just need to buy and hold until you come back up into this overbought area. And that is where you want to be taking profits, okay? So obviously, if you lose this lower support trend line and you start falling into the oversold, this is the absolute best time to be entering any project because it's extremely oversold. And after a project has been oversold for quite a while, it tends to have strong moves towards the upside. So you're going to be in profits relatively soon after. Now let's jump into Binance. Okay, now jumping into Binance on the 4-hourly chart, we do have a falling wedge playing out. So this is a bullish reversal pattern. And as you know, we do cover the falling wedges relatively, well, quite often on the channel. So you can see we have bounces from this support line and we have bounces from this resistance line. So basically it's a triangle, but with a 45-degree angle. And as you can see, we're falling, and we're almost at the apex of this falling wedge. And usually when you get a breakout, you come all the way up to where it was formed initially. So this is good news for all the Vechain holders. And I would expect a breakout relatively soon. Obviously, Bitcoin has to do it as well. But we're going to be looking at 0.1777 cents. That would be our target from this falling wedge because that is where the falling wedge was created. First, you go for the support. So you create the support line, you bounce off from there, then you bounce off the resistance, and there you go. There's your falling wedge ready. So this is the point of creation. That's why that is your target. Also, what we do have over here is a sort of a nice double bottom pattern playing out over here. So, and I know what you would think straight away is that I'm talking about this pattern, but this is not actually a double bottom pattern because here you're making a lower low. And as far as I'm concerned, a double bottom pattern is when you're either making an exact bounce from this line or you're having a higher low. But here we're essentially in a downtrend and you have your low and you're getting a lower low. So that's not really a double bottom. Where I do see the double bottom is right over here. So this is the support line. So we're essentially making a low, a higher low. And the second bottom is, always pretty much a bit higher than the first one. So you have your first bottom, you have your second bottom. This over here is the neckline. So this is the resistance where you got rejected from. You take a trend line, you place it from the bottom over here. This is the trend line. So you take it from the bottom of the pattern all the way to the resistance. Then you take it up to the resistance and that will be your target. So currently we're looking at 0.25655 cents. From where we are right now, that is a target of 108%, which is great. And we do have the falling wedge giving us more confluence to the fact that we're going to be seeing a breakout relatively soon. Now, 4-hourly chart, you're starting, to come back down to the oversold over here. So I would suggest you get your fiat ready to buy into Vechain as soon as you come back down to this area, because from here, as you can see, you always have a move towards the upside. So yeah, that's for the stochastic. Now jumping into the RSI, it's relatively oversold right now. And as you can see, we do have this horizontal resistance over here. And we do have a resistance over here as well. So yeah, multiple resistance levels playing out at the minute. Actually, you can do something like that even. And as you can see, we've been hitting this level of resistance relatively, quite often, you would say. And basically these two levels. And, you want to start reversing. And I do think when we're going to start breaking out of the falling wedge, you're going to break through these like nothing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the 4-hourly chart. We're getting a bearish cross on the MACD. So this is confirming our downtrend. So the MACD is always used as a confirmation oscillator, okay? It's a lagging indicator. it only gives you more, basically just a confirmation indicator. So that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. If I missed out anything on the charts, do let me know down below in the comments. Make sure to check me out on Twitter. We do have a Discord server as well as a Telegram chat. And I also do have a Patreon. We call it the HaZeeq Crypto Club, where I share exclusive content, low cap gem calls early for you guys, and everything that I buy, everything that I sell, and everything that I'm eyeballing. So a great way to support me and a great way to get something in return for that support. So it's a win-win situation. Also, guys, make sure to check out ExpressVPN. I do have a special deal for you where you can get 3 extra months for free. So ExpressVPN is the best VPN we have here in the space, and especially for us in the crypto space, it is very important to keep our data safe and encrypted, and the governments and your local network providers will not be able to track down your data if you're using a VPN, so it secures your network. So sign up for 12 months of unlimited access to ExpressVPN and our ultra-fast global network, and you'll get 3 extra months for free. So you can get your money back within a 30-day range with no problems. If you don't like something, they have 24/7 customer support, and you can enjoy unrestricted access worldwide. So ExpressVPN defeats content restrictions and censorship to deliver unlimited access to video, music, social media, and more from anywhere in the world. So we know that Netflix does this all the time, and all the other streaming platforms, region block content to certain countries, and this is a great way to get through that. So you're going to stay secure and anonymous online. So it hides your IP address, and you can basically switch your IP address to an IP address in Japan or in the Netherlands, wherever you want. They have more than 3,000 servers in 94 countries. So you can get ExpressVPN on all your devices, your MacBook, your laptop, whatever it is, your phone, console, router. You can get it all installed on all of those. So yeah, the links are going to be in the description, guys. Obviously, if you use them, it's going to support me as well, but I really do think this is a great product, and I do think we can all benefit from it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.